I pledge allegiance to the taco stands of the United Tacos of America, and to the taqueros and abuelas of this great land, one nation under tortillas with limones and salsa for all. I'm Mando Rayo.
And I'm Jarod Neece.
And we're still taco journalists.
Exploring tacos and taco culture throughout the United States.
Beef, Jarod.
Where's the beef?
It's what's for tacos.
Beef. It's what's for tacos. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Welcome back to United Tacos of America. Today's episode is all about the beef, man.
That's right. Beef, big, hearty, carne. When Mexicans, they say carne, we literally mean beef.
Yes.
So this is the carne episode.
That's right. From the picadillo in your crispy tacos to
the brisket in your flour tortilla.
That's right. The fajitas, which is, we're not talking about chicken here, folks. We're talking about beef.
First of all, fajitas is only beef.
That's right.
You know.
So what is a chicken fajita? That's not a thing?
That's more just grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken tacos.
I mean, you know.
We're going to be talking to our good friends. If we're going to talk Tex-Mex barbecue,
yeah,
we got to talk to Mr. Miguel Vidal.
Miguel, man,
Valentina's Tex-Mex barbecue.
Trendsetter. He's like bringing it home, one brisket taco at a time.
We're also going to talk to barbecue editor, the first barbecue editor in the country.
The first and only barbecue editor, right?
Mr. Daniel Vaughn from Texas Monthly. And then Mando and I are going to get down and dirty and maybe a little bloody.
Yeah, we're going to carve it up.
Yeah, and then in this week's edition of Taco Lab, we're going to be looking at a big old cut of beef, and we're going to literally break it down for you.
Yeah, we're going to have a live Zoom call with Chef Chingona.
Miss Stephanie Gomez.
That's right, and she's going to basically give us like a how-to.
It's a hearty episode, beef episode, beef sweats imminent.
Beef.
Be like Mando, eat beef. Stick around, more tacos, probably beef tacos. All right, Mando, everyone's favorite segment and mine, taco shout-outs. Mando,
yes.
Did you know?
I'm here.
Did you know?
No.
Over the past 100 years, Americans have been eating an average of 56 pounds of beef
oh my God.
per person per year.
56 pounds?
Per person.
Per person.
How many quarter pounders is that?
I don't know.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
224, I think.
Yeah. That's a lot of meat sweat. How many gallons of meat sweat do you think that is?
That's probably 1.8 gallons per person.
Bloop.
If you
bloop.
But beef prices have been going up in Texas, you know.
That's right.
It costs a lot of money to raise cattle. There's droughts, there's water shortages.
I mean, there's the COVID right now.
Right, they got people eating all kind of fake meat products. That's doing great.
Yeah, good for them.
Good for them.
So if you want to roast an entire cow,
you have one lying around.
Yep.
In your freezer section.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, what's that? What's that in the back?
What they call it, a matanza, you know? A slaughter, you know?
Okay, but they're not roasting the whole cow at once.
They are.
They are?
They are.
Wow.
They are. And it's huge. I saw some pictures, and it's like as big as Taquería Sin Nombre.
Yeah.
It's this big.
A ton of wood, they said they use.
Yeah, but literally, it's a ton. 1 ton of wood.
2,000 pounds.
But here's a cool thing. It feeds 400 people.
That's a good party.
That is the ultimate.
That is more people than you can currently have at a party.
That's
says
right.
The governor.
It's your average Mexican wedding.
400.
So, there you go.
And then after you eat the cow, maybe some late night menudo.
All of it. Like when you have like this thing, it's not just like, reception starts at 6 o'clock. It's a whole day event.
Okay.
You know, it's a family affair.
So the wedding is almost just like, by the way, they're also going to get married.
Yeah.
We're having a big party.
Oh, yeah. And then that takes me, back to like thinking about how many beef tacos I love.
Oh, I love a lot of beef tacos.
So what are your favorite beef tacos,
Mr.
Jarod?
Gotta go with crispy beef taco.
Oh, very nice.
But a good picadillo. Ground beef, picadillo. And obviously the fajita tacos, fajita everything.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I love to cook my own.
That's right.
My own. Like I haven't cooked a full cow yet. yet.
But you're making your birria.
I make birria. I have
Your barbacoa.
a hole in my backyard, an hoyo, and I do my barbacoa. And I love a good carne asada.
That's right.
You know, and then, you know, we're in Texas, brisket.
Oh, of course.
Come on now.
2 briskets per cow. I mean, how many, if Miguel makes like 30 briskets, that's 15 cows.
That's right.
Every day.
Right. Well, no, think about this. Think about this. Veras down in the valley.
That's right.
They make 70 beef heads a weekend.
So that's 70 cows.
So that's 70 cows.
Because there's only 1 head on a cow.
That's usually the way it works.
I mean, I think there was like 1 cow with 2 heads, but you probably didn't want to eat that one.
Probably not. All right, Jarod.
Yes.
Let's run down the list.
Let's run it down.
Suadero.
I'm going to go crispy beef taco.
Birria.
Oh, beef fajita.
Tacos al carbón.
A pirata taco.
Barbacoa.
Bistec.
Carne guisada.
Would we consider tripitas?
Cow tripitas.
Cow tripitas.
Well, they're not tripitas anymore. They're tripas.
That's
They're
big.
big.
Yeah. Larger whole.
Big.
Carne asada.
I say carne asada.
Okay, because
so you can't take mine.
I'm cheating because there's right next to you. There's a whole list of tacos on your.
Oh.
That's a lot of tacos.
All right, that's
though.
it. That's it. That's all we got.
Okay,
There might be more.
And there probably is more. Tell us which tacos. What's your favorite beef taco? Hit us up in all the places we like to be hit up.
Yep.
So stick around. We're gonna be eating some beef tacos because where's the beef?
It's right here.
It's right here in our tacos.
I'm Mando Rayo.
And I'm Jarod Neece.
And we're about to get down and dirty with some heavy beef talking. Love
2
it.
dudes who know their way around some beef.
That's right. We're going to talk to Miguel Vidal, owner of Valentina's Tex-Mex Barbecue.
And then we're going to talk to Mr. Daniel Vaughn, Texas Monthly's barbecue editor extraordinaire. So let's get into it.
All right.
My name is Miguel Vidal. I'm with Valentina's Tex-Mex Barbecue here in South Austin. I am wear many hats: the chef, owner, pitmaster.
I'm Daniel Vaughn. I'm the barbecue editor at Texas Monthly. I see this the painting behind you. It's beautiful, but
Yeah.
Are we still talking about beef today?
We still are. We still are.
Normally, I'm driving around all over Texas eating barbecue at all the new barbecue joints that pop up. Even during these times, they still seem to be opening up, which is crazy.
Miguel, how has the beef pricing impacted your business?
We had some high prices there for about maybe a month. It's always about the food. I mean, of course, this is a business and we want to make money, but I'm not going to kind of sacrifice making money for the quality of life that we want to be able to share with people and kind of keep things pretty fair and not, drive up prices so high.
And are you still able to get that prime brisket, or you had to lower your cuts standard a little bit?
No, we are. We're still getting our Hartley Ranch prime Angus beef, and didn't want to kind of have to change any of that stuff. I mean, I played around. We're doing some flank steak for a while, looked at some different other cuts, and we're using other stuff other than beef for a little bit. But, beef is important to Texas. It's important to, I think, Texas pitmasters. That's also pretty cool about barbecue. The roots are cooking underutilized cuts of meats or underappreciated or undesirable cuts of meats and making them good.
And you mentioned around like why beef is important to Texas, but why is that?
The cattle trade coming through Texas is super important. It's kind of what Texas has its roots in, and for us to be able to continue to embrace that, I mean, that's what makes Texas what it is.
That's right.
Or one of the reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and think about the cowboys that Texas is so well known for. And they learned everything from the vaqueros, who were already raising cattle down in South Texas.
What is the state of Texas beef right now, Daniel?
We certainly have a lot of beef processing that happens in Texas, most of it up in the Panhandle. We don't really eat those longhorns much anymore.
It's good eating. It's tough.
tall skinny cattle that on a whole lot of fat.
Obviously, being in Texas, we feel like, oh yeah, this is the best barbecue. Beef is so prevalent here. How does that translate to the rest of America?
We had a top 50 list that came out in Texas Monthly in 2013. The headline on the cover was the 50 best barbecue joints in the world. That's how we feel
the world
about
according to
Texas.
Texas.
That's how we feel about Texas barbecue. You go find American barbecue in Europe or South America, Australia, chances are it's going to be Texas style barbecue. And there's going to be smoked brisket on the menu, or smoked beef ribs, or smoked beef of some sort. And so to witness that over the last probably 5-6 years has been pretty astounding. These days, a new barbecue joint opens up, and chances are they're going to have some form of Tex-Mex barbecue. You've had to have seen that, Miguel, and I'm curious about your thoughts on that.
I mean, I think it's awesome, man. I mean, a part of me at first is kind of like, oh, I don't want. I guess a part would be like they're trying to like copy what we're doing, but that's the wrong way to think about it,
Yeah.
Having that influence and the Hispanic culture and Mexican culture being a part of Texas barbecue, I think is only natural. I think it's great, man.
Well, did you think when you opened up in 2013 that like the name Valentina's Tex-Mex Barbecue would become something that was like really influential in Texas barbecue?
I didn't necessarily think that. I mean, there was always that dream that it would, and I wanted to make a name for myself. Did I think that it was going to be the way it is now? No, I didn't. But to see it in other states and across Texas, I mean, that's crazy,
No, that's amazing. But you grew up with that, like that's what you grew up with. It's your backyard barbecue, right? Did you do that on the daily, on the weekly? How did you incorporate that into your cooking?
My dad's side of the family, in particular, any excuse they had to throw a little backyard pachanga, it was going to happen. You know what I mean?
Hey, first birthday, let's do this.
I can't remember a childhood event or party where there wasn't some sort of live fire barbecue or grilling going on. I remember my uncle's always a lot of half chickens and country style pork ribs and skirt steak. My dad was the one who did most of the brisket. A lot of fingerling ribs were very popular in my household, and that major influence has stuck with me forever. It has been with me since then, and it's just kind of like part of what we do.
When you cook a certain style, when you do certain recipes and you do it a certain way, when you're Mexicano growing up, Latino, you get it. It brings you back home, and I think that's exactly what your food does. It brings people home.
But being able to cook cabrito or cook the cheek meat and cook even tripas using, huge offset smokers, indirect heat, and giving it more of that barbecue element, I think it kind of gives it the best of both worlds and making it kind of true to kind of a Texas style of cooking, but with the same Hispanic and Mexican influence in the flavors. And it brings a technique, and it changes the way the textures of the meat to in my opinion, it makes it better,
Daniel, what are some of the places or the style of tacos you've seen now that have changed over the years?
Well, first, just like how quickly some of these trends just sweep across, like the birria style barbecue tacos.
Yes.
Like writing about a place right now called Vaqueros Texas Barbecue, and they're serving out of a brewery in Grapevine, and that's already become their signature item. And it's a little confusing because the birria does not mean smoked brisket.
Right.
But they're certainly delicious. Just seeing how quickly something like that has really swept across Texas barbecue is pretty astounding to see.
With that, I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right,
Nice to
take
talk
care,
to you guys.
fellas.
Okay, see ya.
All right, bye.
I'm Mando Rayo.
And I'm Jarod Neece. And you're watching The Taco Live. That's right. We're here with a big old chunk of meat.
We also have a very special guest, Chef Chingona herself, Ms. Stephanie Gomez.
Hi, guys. Thank you. Thanks
Hello,
for having
Stephanie.
me. My name is Stephanie Gomez. I'm from Palm Springs, California, but I currently live in Los Angeles, and I work at a whole animal butchery in Hollywood called Standings Butchery.
Why did you get in butchering?
I got into butchering so that I kind of would learn a skill that was rare to have. I started about 8 years ago now. So this is actually really exciting for me. I love teaching people how to butcher.
We are proponents of continuing education.
And we're gonna try to teach some other people how to break down a big old piece of meat.
That's a big, expensive meat for tacos. I like your style.
We're in Texas, so go big or you go home.
So can you tell us a little bit about this cut?
Yeah, so that's the loin cut. That end right there is the one that touches the top sirloin. The other end, which you're gonna show me here, turn it the other way, that end touches the rib eye. So that's the rib eye end. That right there in the front, that one, thank you. That is the tenderloin. That's the filet mignon. So the face you're looking at, that I would want as a porterhouse.
So where do we start? So
Take your knife, cut it there, and we're just gonna cut you a T-bone just so you can have that for later. And then, so aim for that notch, and cut it all the way through. There you go. So then you're gonna take your bandsaw and cut through the bone, the feather bone that's right in there. Oh, you're almost there, you're almost there.
He's almost there.
I wouldn't say that this is the best hacksaw. I'm sorry, I felt in advance how much we're messing this up.
There we go. Maybe with the sound now. How long does it take to cut? You want me to try it?
Yeah, go for it.
You got it, you're almost
Here we
there.
go. Don't
Let's
worry
do the
about that.
porterhouse. All right, is it gorgeous? Oh, see, it was worth the trouble. That tenderloin, that separates from the bone it sits on. Use your left hand to peel the tenderloin so you don't rip that muscle.
It's looking good.
Peel it and slice. Oh yeah, you're almost there.
Stephanie, when people think of a butcher, what do they think of?
Probably you guys.
God, they're gonna
We
be
know
like,
what we're doing here.
Oh, look at that.
And what's this called?
That is the tenderloin.
So the filet mignon.
That is the most tender cut on the entire beef. However, it's not my favorite cut, but I like a little bit more chew. What you're taking off here, what you're looking at is the New York.
This thing here, that's a New York strip.
That's a New York strip, yeah. So you're gonna do the same thing you did with the filet. If you need to use the steel to hone your knife, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
Not the other side.
So you're gonna wanna, again, point the knife towards the bone. You got it! New York strip.
What is the benefit of buying a bulk piece of meat like this versus individual steaks?
It's better to buy whole because you are more aware of what you're buying, and so there's less waste. Also, it's so fun.
Yeah,
You give it a little jiggle.
there you go.
You know, if you're making tacos, I would love for you to roast the whole thing. Slice your slices for your tacos straight off of it. You know, like you would in on a prime rib.
Yeah,
High heat oven, salt, pepper. That's it.
And then you were saying you could do something with this part of the tenderloin?
Yeah. We don't usually sell that, but for you, I would love for you to see that charred on a grill with some cebollitas. That'd be real.
Straight up. You know, fajitas were the throwaway meat, barbacoa, the cabeza. But, you know, Mexicanos were like, we ain't wasting this, you know?
Mine.
What advice would you give young women who want to get into the field?
You have to fight to make environments fair for everyone so that everyone can feel accepted, because that's the only way you'll grow yourself. You know, you have to be able to love going to work. Fight for what's fair, you know, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing.
Well, thanks so much, Stephanie. We really appreciate your time and your expertise. I'm ready to cook this up. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Steph.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right, Jarod, it's time for viewer questions.
All right.
Barbecue sauce on a taco, yay or nay, from @Ryan the Grill.
At Ryan the Grill, I'm going to say the nay-no on that. Because I put
Nay.
salsa on my barbecue.
That's right.
My taco.
Yeah, but if you're like an avid barbecuer eater in Texas, it's no sauce.
No, salsa is not the boss. Usually.
Sauce is not the boss.
I do like barbecue sauce sometimes, but
Yeah.
on my taco, I'm going to go salsa.
With sausage. I like
Yeah.
it with my sausage.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
At Caleb Does Stuff _ is it true that you wrap anything in a tortilla, it automatically becomes a taco?
If it's a wrap, it's not a taco.
That's a wrap.
That would be a wrap.
You could put
Right.
a lot of things in a tortilla.
Yeah, as long as it's a
including
warm, fresh
hex
flour.
nut bolts. You
well,
could
not
put dry
that.
grass.
No, maybe the answer is maybe.
Maybe the answer's maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Definitely maybe.
So thank you to Daniel Vaughn and
That's
Miguel
right.
Vidal.
Yes, always good to talk to those guys. And then Miss Stephanie Gomez helping us carve that beef.
Shout out to Longhorn Meats.
Oh, Longhorn
for
Meats.
hooking that up. Shout out to us at United Tacos of America.
Yes.
Tell us, like, what are your favorite beef tips? I'm Mando Rayo,
And I'm Jarod Neece.
and we are United Tacos of America. And we'll see you next time.
That's right. See you next time.